Well, that last video got a little bit crazy.
A skating rink.
So a few weeks ago, I made a video. It was about Paul Bernardo, Luca Magnotta, and their transfers from maximum security to medium security, and how much nicer it is in medium security. There's actually even a hockey rink and a tennis court. Now, the Liberals, they said I was a liar. They actually said that the hockey rink isn't operational.
On social media, Frank Caputo said he was outraged when he saw the facilities the two murderers can access. CSC says the hockey rink and tennis court aren't functioning and won't confirm where Magnotta is serving time.
I don't know about you, but this looks pretty operational to me. The Liberals, they didn't like that one bit, but I think we've kind of lost the plot here. The issue isn't about hockey rinks and whether they've had ice the last year or two. The issue really is about whether people like Luca Magnotta and Paul Bernardo should be in medium security at all. There are people you've heard of, the Luca Magnottas, the Paul Bernardos of the world, but there are lots of people you've never heard of, perhaps because their offenses didn't get as much media coverage or because they got caught before they could keep on going. And a lot of those people are now in minimum security, and that's what I want to talk to you about today.
The men accused in this case do not deny they waited until low tide on a July evening 3 years ago and then simply walked along the shoreline away from the minimum security prison in Metchosin. They later killed 60-year-old Martin Payne in his house and stole his truck.
So you would assume that we would have the most dangerous of people in maximum, the slightly less dangerous in those moving down in medium, and the least dangerous in minimum. And you'd be wrong. So I want to tell you about one jail that I think really illustrates some of the problems that we have with minimum security. It's called William Head Institution. It's beautiful. It's surrounded by ocean on 3 sides. Correctional officers even told me a story about some people who came in on the water and they wanted to have a picnic, and they actually set up a picnic on penitentiary grounds. They didn't even realize that they were on jail property until a correctional officer had to tell them. That's how little security there is. So one incident that happened, 2 inmates, they shouldn't have been transferred to minimum security. One of them had 5 escapes on his record. One of them actually was serving a life sentence for murder. And what happened? They escaped. All they did was walk around that post, kept on walking, and they broke into someone's home. Now that's not the end of it. They killed the person who lived there. So I don't know how somebody who has 5 escapes on their record is considered a low risk to escape. You'd have to ask the Correctional Service of Canada that. So don't get me wrong, there's a time and a place for minimum security, time and a place for medium, time and a place for maximum. The point is to put the offender in the right jail according to public safety. Second incident I want to talk to you about is this. There's a website, it's a prison pen pal website, and I found somebody on there, and guess where they were incarcerated? William Head Institution. What are they doing time for? This person is doing a triple life sentence and a sentence for 2 attempted murders. That means that this person tried to kill 5 people and was successful on 3 counts. Not only that, they don't have any fences. I just don't get it. So the Liberals talk about themselves being the party of science, the party of truth. So let's talk about truth. Let's talk about some statistics. I have some statistics here about dangerous offenders. Now, dangerous offenders, some people will say, well, that person is dangerous. That's not what a dangerous offender necessarily is in Canadian law. In Canadian law, a very small group of people are labeled what they call dangerous offenders, the rarest of the rare. By my estimation, about 1 in 50,000 is labeled a dangerous offender in Canada, along those numbers. So let's look at the stats. Dangerous offenders in maximum security here, 99. Dangerous offenders in minimum security, 57. That number may not seem that high. That's 57 people that a judge has said, I believe that you are so likely to commit a severe offense that you may need to stay in jail the rest of your life. Again, they don't have any fences. And then you have the category of multiple murderers, people who are doing multiple life sentences for murder. So you have 82 who are in maximum security. Now, how many do you suppose are in minimum security? 0, 5, 10? The number is actually 66. So almost as many people are in minimum security who've killed 2 or more people and actually been sentenced for murder, not manslaughter, as there are people who are in maximum security at 82. So in my last video, a lot of people said that I was politicizing things, but how did this all come about? Where did a lot of this start? Well, a lot of it comes through Bill C-83, which was a liberal bill that said that a person should be incarcerated in the least restrictive environment, not the most appropriate environment, not the most just environment, but the least restrictive environment. And that is the first place where we as conservatives have to start when we start to change things. This should really be common sense. I don't think that most Canadians believe that somebody who killed an exchange student and cut up his body and mailed it around the country should be outside of maximum security. We all generally think that, but the only ones who don't think it's common sense are the Liberals and Justin Trudeau. Look at the comments below. I'm sure there are people in the media, people who support Justin Trudeau who will say that these are all lies. They're actually all facts. I got these figures from the government of Canada. I heard these things directly from correctional officers. In my office, we've been really digging into this file, and let me tell you, there's a lot to dig into. There's more to come. So make sure you like, subscribe, and watch for future videos because there's more to come.